New game time, folks. It is the migration of peoples, or I've had to listen to it a number of times on YouTube, Voelkerwanderung, or something like that. My German is so bad. It's amazing that I used to be able to talk to my German panzer troop counterparts, isn't it? But yes, and who's it by? Thai Bomba. And CWG put out this new Bomba game. So let's flip it over and look at the back. So let's see what it says here. Companion War Games. And we thank them for sending us a review copy. It is suitable for age 14. Playing times 30 to 60 minutes. Complexity low. Suitability for solitaire low. Well, we know that's never true with me, don't we? But 2 to 4 players. And I have posted on Board Game Geek a sheet that Thai Bomba sent to me so that you have the ability to play with 2 to 3 players. So, kind of a medieval, ancient scroll looking map here on the back. Barbarian Migrations into Fall Rome's an exciting new game. Okay. We will open this up here in a minute and see what it's all about. Let me talk to you about the 2 books for the game. Peter Heather's The Fall of the Roman Empire, New History of Rome and the Barbarians. Comprehensive book, and he starts actually at 54 BC with the massacre of a Roman legion, but telling about this is the way the Romans were, and to juxtapose that with later. Thick book, good book, detailed, hard to think of a different and better book for it. On a different level, we have The Fate of Rome by Kyle Harper. We reviewed this for American Military University when I was the faculty advisor for Saber and Scroll, the historical thing. It's interesting to read about the climatic changes that were going on in the Mediterranean world, Greece, and Judea. Also, disease, the number of plagues that hammered the Roman Empire starting about 260 AD onwards. Good, easy read. Compelling, hard to put down, different than Heather, but equally a good read and one that not many people seem to know about. Now, let's talk about the game some more. All right, folks, let me talk to you about the counters. You have counters here and counters there. Now, which counter do you want to use? These, of course, have their own stand. So you can use those to play with, or you can use these, and these are 4 different tribes. Over here, you have 20 legions. The legions go on the map at every spot where there is, well, an eagle. How about that? Pretty easy setup, isn't it? And of course, the tribes start, the Franks, the Alemanni, the Vandals, and the Goths each place. In a 2-player game, you start up with only the Franks and the Alemanni. And what you need to understand here is that, yes, they have their own little tracks right here, but then their tracks after that can go anywhere. And that was an important distinction that Ty made to me to make certain that I was sort of on board with it. Now, it also has a random event table, and it's a pretty large one here. And I kind of like the fact that it's large because you can't miss reading it. But it's a large random event table. The only bad thing about this here is in the rules, and it's kind of unusual, the rules don't really show any of the counters or such. Granted, there's not many, and you ferret it out from this rules section here. You sort of weasel it out, but it doesn't tell you exactly that is what they are. There are two ways to move during the game. There are dice. You roll the dice, move from 1 to 6, or you can use the cards. Now see, here's an omen card. Well, that's correct. That's not an omen card. Lethargy means you don't move. Otherwise, cards are determined, movement is determined by cards. There are also fake pledge cards. And there are also, let me find it here, omen cards. When you get an omen card means that everybody has to change their hands. Everybody dumps their hand at the point. Don't you like that? Can't find one right off. Of course, there's the wild. Wild means that you can move up to 1 to 6. And there's an omen card. All players discard their hands. So the cards add a bit more fluidity to the game. And of course, what's the object of the game? Well, the object of the game is, of course, to be the first person to capture Rome. So getting to Rome is the key of the game. Now, let's look at the rules here. The rules are a total of, and it's interesting, the rules don't have numbered pages, but they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pages of rules. So this is a pretty simple game for Ty. And of course, then there's the optional, which I told you we uploaded on Board Game Geek. So there you have this game. We'll take a look at it a little bit later in greater detail, but there are also random events noted, and there's also what the game offers for, which makes it harder in solitaire, is the diplomacy level of making deals between other players. So we're excited by this game, but aren't we excited by most games? Because life is good, and I like playing games, and it's even better when you get a game to review. So, and of course, we've got two of our friends here. We've got Petunia, and we've got Fuzz, because my kitties like a blanket on the game table, so they get a blanket on the game table. As always, we thank you, folks. Bye.